The Evergrande crisis affected the cryptocurrency market as well as all financial markets. Cryptocurrencies are among the assets most affected by the decline, especially these days when the risk appetite is decreased. On the day the spot markets were hit, a heavy balance sheet emerged on the futures side. It should be noted that this decline is experienced not only in the crypto money markets but also in almost all US and global stock markets. It is stated that the global economy may be shaken in the possible collapse of the Chinese real estate company Evergrande, which is considered a very important company. Evergrande, one of China's leading real estate companies, has developed more than 1,300 projects in more than 280 cities in China and is also the owner of Guangzhou FC, one of the country's largest football teams. Evergrande did this by borrowing over $300 billion from more than 171 local banks and 121 other financial firms. But last year, Beijing introduced new rules that curb the debts of major real estate companies. After this development, Evergrande had to sell its properties at great discounts in order to continue its activities. Despite this step taken to increase the inflow of hot money, Evergrande is currently struggling to meet even the interest payments on its debts. It is also unclear whether Beijing will help Evergrande get out of this predicament. So why is Evergrande so important to the whole world? China is the world's second largest economy and Evergrande is one of China's largest companies. Therefore, there are some complex macro and microeconomic assumptions that the crisis Evergrande is facing may create on the global economy. There are several reasons why the Evergrande incident suddenly caught the attention of the whole world. Evergrande has sold many properties that it has not yet built. Therefore, if the company goes bankrupt, many people may lose the money they invested in Evergrande to buy real estate. Additionally, Evergrande has an international supply chain and collaborates with companies around the world. These companies include construction and design firms, suppliers and many companies. These companies risk massive losses if Evergrande goes bankrupt. On the other hand, Evergrande could also have a devastating effect on China's finances. So how does Evergrande affect cryptocurrencies? Bitcoin is one of the riskiest assets due to the unpredictable market movements of cryptocurrencies, which are still a very new asset class. Although the increased risk appetite with the COVID-19 pandemic has led to astronomical rises in cryptocurrencies, we do not know whether investors will show interest in cryptocurrencies in a possible crisis period. It would not be wrong to say that Bitcoin also performed very poorly during the turbulent times in the global markets. So, until the Evergrande crisis in China is resolved, we can see that the cryptocurrency market remains unstable. However, it is worth noting that this applies not only to Bitcoin but also to other higher-risk assets. We have witnessed many times in the past that while the dollar rises in times of turmoil, risky assets decline. Of course, Bitcoin is a very different and unique asset from traditional assets. However, due to the entry of huge companies into the crypto money market, it is quite possible that Bitcoin will also act in correlation with traditional markets. Thank you for watching the video to the end. If you like it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.